Do you struggle with reading 30 plus lines of music simultaneously? Well, today I'm going to give you score reading superpowers. These are the skills that let you open a score and immediately hear it, understand it, and make rehearsal decisions with confidence. Most of us learn conducting through gesture, rehearsal technique, and repertoire. But the deeper you go, the more you realize conducting depends on something quieter, what you can hear in your head before the ensemble makes a sound. Here are 3 superpowers today: inner hearing, error detection, clef, and transposition fluency. First, inner hearing, also called audiation, is the ability to sound the score silently. Error detection is your ability to spot problems quickly and accurately, especially within the texture. And clef transposition fluency is how you survive the wind band world. B flat, E flat, F, octaves everywhere. I'm going to frame these skills like a lab, not a philosophy. Repetition. Build these skills and your rehearsal pacing improves, your creativity expands, and you become a calmer conductor on the podium. Now before we go on, if you like this kind of content, like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps the algorithm. But now let's begin. Here's our guiding quote: "Skill is at the basis of any creativity." That's Michael Colgrass. I love that quote because it attacks the myth that artistry is separate from technique. For conductors, the relationship is direct. If you can't read and inner hear efficiently, you spend rehearsal time reacting. If you can read and inner hear efficiently, you conduct rehearsals proactively. You anticipate balance issues, intonation, rhythmic pitfalls before they even become rehearsal problems. Now, our goal is to learn to read a score like a book. When you read English, you don't decode one letter at a time. You recognize patterns and meaning instantly. Score reading works the same way. First, it's decoding. Then it becomes comprehension. The information behind this lesson points to classic builders: Donhauser, Hindemith, modern sightseeing texts, and conductor-focused oral skills, stuff like Wayne Bailey. These aren't for singers, they're for musicians. And to be clear, instrumental conductors. You do not need a beautiful singing tone. What you need is accurate pitch thinking, fast feedback, and most of all, consistency. So now let's train. Here's the plan. First, the ear gem. We strengthen inner hearing. We start with single pitch control, then expand into 2- and 3-part writing. Second, the detective gem. We train fast. Identification of wrong notes, wrong rhythms, and wrong entrances. This translates directly into rehearsal efficiency. Finally, third, the clef ninja gem. We build fluency in treble, bass, and yes, in C clef. The family is used as a practical tool for reading transposed parts at concert pitch. For many conductors, transposition is where confidence collapses. Today, we're going to put a system underneath it. And I'll suggest a few quick pauses for repetition throughout our video. If you're watching with colleagues or friends, this could become a live skills class. So first, let's jump into the ear gem. This is the core audiation repetition. Fix a pitch internally, then manipulate it. First step, play one pitch on the piano, or a tuning app, or on your instrument. Step 2, fix that in your inner ear without singing. Then, third, think, laser pointer. It doesn't drift, it doesn't wobble. If it drifts, reset. That stability is the foundation for intonation work and harmonic hearing. Step 3, imagine a pitch a half step higher. Now, only after you imagine it, sing it. Then, check it on the piano. The check is essential. It keeps your ear honest. Then repeat with a whole step. Then thirds, fourths, fifths. Now connect this to the podium. When a chord is unstable, your internal target determines your effectiveness. If your inner pitch is vague, your instructions get vague. But if your inner pitch is stable, you can say things like, that third's high, the fifth is collapsing, the bass is pushing us sharp. Here's a tip: accuracy first, speed later. Now if you want, you can hit pause right now and do 3 or 4 reps of this. Half step, whole step, minor third. See how you do. See if you can gain some accuracy even at the beginning. Now let's build texture. Next we move from pitch to texture. Start with a short 2-part excerpt, 8 to 16 bars. First step, enter here the top line like we did earlier. Fix that in your ear. Next step, enter here the bottom line. Fix it. Now here's the real repetition. Enter here one line while you sing the other. Keep that top line silent in your head while you hear and sing the bottom. Then switch. This is exactly what conductors do when they track a bass line while shaping the melody, or keep inner voices alive while coaching articulation. Now, go beyond to a 3-part. Enter here the top 2, sing the bottom. Then reverse. Enter here the bottom 2, sing the top. If it feels difficult, that's good. That means you're training something real. You're building independence. Your brain is running multiple lines at once. Over time, you expand 4 parts, 5 parts, 6 parts, but not today, over weeks, months, and even years. Now here's a realistic test. Conduct a short chorale silently in your head. Enter here all the parts. If the inner sound collapses when you shift attention, that's your next training target. So now again, optionally if you'd like to pause the video and do one switch. Enter here the soprano, sing the bass. Then enter here the bass and sing the piano. Next is our detective gem. This is one of the most practical conductor skills. Diagnosis. Here's the game. Choose a short solo line, 8 bars, study it, enter hear it. Then someone plays it and intentionally inserts mistakes, wrong pitches, wrong rhythms, wrong entrances, wrong accidentals. Your job? Identify the mistakes. But here's the conductor upgrade. Don't just say that was wrong. Train yourself to say where and what. Measure 6, beat 3, wrong accidental. Measure 4, late entrance. Measure 9, rhythm compressed. That precision is what keeps rehearsals musical. Then expand. 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts, 5 parts. Because diagnosing in texture is different from diagnosing a solo line. So here's an optional challenge again. 3 mystery mistakes. Winner is the most precise call out. Get with a friend. Do this exercise together. See which of you can identify the most accurate mistakes. So now go ahead and pause and test this with a friend. Finally, Clef Ninja. Conductors should read fluently in treble, bass, and C clefs, not because it's academic, because it's practical. Treble and bass clef are familiar, but the C clefs are a powerful tool once you understand the principle. Here's the mindset. Treble clef orients around a G. Bass clef orients around an F. C clef orients around middle C. Wherever the C clef points, that line is middle C. I call it the bullseye system, and we're going to use it as a transposition hack to reduce mental interval math. Now here's a drill. Say this out loud. C clef shows where middle C lives. Good. Now let's look at the 5 C clefs. Here they are: soprano, mezzo-soprano, alto, tenor, baritone. Each one places C on a different line. Your job is to make that recognition automatic. Now, in With the chapter's approach, each clef can help you read certain transpositions at concert pitch, especially in band scores. So here's the mapping. A transpositions you can read in soprano clef. B-flat transpositions, tenor clef. D transpositions, alto clef. F transpositions, mezzo-soprano clef. And G transpositions in baritone clef. You'll still have to handle the accidentals and sometimes the octaves, but the clef gives you a system. So you can hit pause now, and I want you to point to middle C on each of the clefs twice. So I hope you're enjoying this so far, and I hope this is something that will help you. If so, I would greatly appreciate if you'd hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and continue watching for more content from my channel. But now let's apply the map. Here's a practical workflow for our transposition map. Number 1, identify the instrument family. Number 2, choose the clef. 3, apply any octave adjustments if needed. 4, confirm with range and harmony. On screen, the B-flat instruments show tenor clef, E and E-flat, bass clef. F instruments, mezzo-soprano clef. A instruments, soprano clef. G instruments, baritone clef. D instruments, alto clef. Now, real-world warning, most score reading errors are not in transposition errors. They're octave errors. Bass clarinet, contrabass clarinet, bari sax, large, low instruments. So you first must ask, is there an octave displacement here? And you confirm with range logic. Does the pitch make sense for the instrument? Now that's professional score reading, pattern recognition, and range reality. So hit pause again, and I want you to decode 3 instruments you conduct often. Key family through clef through octave. Check that. Now the table. So this slide is your cheat sheet. In this table, each row gives instrument, sounding interval, the clef plus octave shift that helps you read at concert pitch. You do not need to memorize it today. You need a method. What key is the instrument in? What does it sound? Which clef neutralizes that? Do I need an octave adjustment? Then you verify by range and harmony. So a tip is to print this table, practice 60 seconds a day, 2 instruments, decode them. Done. The habit compounds quickly. Notice also the horn transpositions. In older literature, they can multiply. This system prevents panic. So hit pause again. Decode B-flat clarinet, E-flat alto saxophone, and horn in F. Now, octave displacement. This slide is your sanity check. Concert pitch does not always mean sounds exactly where written. Some instruments sound consistently displaced. Piccolo, up an octave. Contrabassoon, down an octave. String bass and guitar, down an octave. Glockenspiel, up 2 octaves. Here's the podium habit. If something sounds brighter than expected, ask, is something sounding an octave higher? What if it sounds heavier than expected? Is the low end reinforcing lower than I realized? This improves your orchestration awareness and your rehearsal diagnosis. But now we're going to jump to the piano. Score reading at the piano is a powerful accelerator, especially for dense chromatic scores. Playing forces your eyes to be honest. It turns notation into sound. It reveals harmonic logic quickly. You don't need virtuoso technique. You need functional reading and intelligent reduction. Try this. Read 2 parts, then 3, then play 1 and sing another. Then conduct silently while hearing the score. And here's a great drill. Play a short section, close the keyboard. Scan the page, hear it back internally. That's where piano work becomes audiation. So hit pause again, play the melody plus the bass for a difficult spot in your current score. Now, condense scores. A condensed score is not an arrangement. It's a thinking tool. It clarifies what matters structurally. Phrase, harmony, rhythm anchors, texture. Here's the starter method. Choose 8 to 16 bars. Write the melody on top. Write the bass on the bottom. In the middle, put the rhythmic pillars. What must be true for alignment? And chord symbols if helpful. Then conduct from your condensed score once. This strengthens inner hearing because you're building a clear mental model of the full texture. It also improves rehearsal planning because it reveals priorities. One more time to pause, and I want you to draft a condensed score for 8 bars of your next concert piece. So now the big summary map. This slide is your reference snapshot. Screenshot it, print it, keep it near your score or your podium. Notice the family patterns: clarinets, E-flat, B-flat, A, then bass and contrabass with octave shifts. Saxophones, B-flat, soprano and tenor, E-flat, alto and baritone. Octave displacement as you go larger. Horns, typically an F, but other keys often appear. Trumpets, multiple keys, especially historically. Percussion, mostly non-transposing, but mallet instruments often shift by octaves. So now the goal is not memorization today. The goal is pattern recognition. Pattern recognition makes you faster, calmer, and more accurate in rehearsal. So now we'll close with a routine. Here's your 10-minute routine, 5 days a week. For 2 minutes, pitch an interval drill. Fix the pitch in your head. Find the interval. Internally, imagine it up, sing, and check. The next 3 minutes, 2-part audiation. Enter here, 1 line, sing the other, then switch. 2 minutes later, wrong note detective. 3 mistakes. You call the bar, the beat, and type. Next 2 minutes, clef flash reading. Treble, bass, and at least 1 C clef per day. 1 more minute, transposition review. Choose 1 family and decode it. If you do this consistently, your score study becomes calmer and faster within weeks. Now your exit ticket. Answer these mentally. Number 1, define inner hearing in your own words. Number 2, what makes a rehearsal diagnosis high quality? Number 3, what does a C clef tell you? 4, name 1 octave shifting instrument. And 5, what does piano work add to score study? I'd like you to remember the Michael Colgrass comment: skill fuels creativity. Build the skill, and your musical imagination becomes reliable. Now, before I go, I'd like to remind you that in order for content like this to continue being created, it helps the channel tremendously if you'll like and subscribe. Also, if you ring that bell, you'll get notified when I upload. I try to have new content a minimum of once per week, but I hope to do it twice a week. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope this will help you not only make better score study, but make better bands.